hello and welcome to Graveyard Gunslingers, and this is a game that has just come out, and if you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description. This combines resource gathering with bullet hell, and I gotta say, it's actually a pretty cool, unique concept here. So, as you can see, you do have a number of characters that you can unlock. They all have different abilities as well. As you can see, this guy has light radiation to unlock skill complete, the complete run playing with this character. I obviously have not done that. However, I have earned 533 coins and I can unlock this guy. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Can we unlock him? Yeah, let's do it. There we go. We actually unlocked him. And we are now going to be using him, and you can see here his stats differ quite dramatically. There is no penalty, well, very, very low resource carry penalty. That is a very big deal, by the way. Resource carry penalty, yeah, big deal. There is a skill tree, and you can improve your character by gathering the resources and then spending those resources on those skills and becoming better and better and better throughout the run. You have to survive 10 nights. You gather in the day and you survive in the night against zombies, all kinds of different types as well. And as you can see, I've already unlocked the sawed-off shotgun. There is also a Gatling gun. I personally think the Gatling gun is probably going to be absolutely amazing, but I don't have enough to be able to get that. So we're just going to use the pistol for the moment. And as you can see, there are 3 different difficulties as well. Normal, hard, nightmare. And normal, you just need to survive 10 nights. And yeah, you get additional coins for doing harder difficulties, of course. So let's do it. There's a randomized map. Every single time you kill a zombie, you gain souls. Yes, you gain souls. And you're going to need souls because, as you can see, these little hexes, these little hex squares that we see on the outside of our little play area here, they can be unlocked only by souls. So the more kills you get, the more of the map you're going to be able to uncover. And that is going to be hopefully the way we do things. Now, one thing that we've got to be very careful of here, as you can see, I do have to drag resources back to the campfire. And from a perspective of, oh yes, this is very, very difficult, yeah, it is actually going to take a little bit of getting used to, because some of the interactions, like for example, the guy bringing out his pickaxe, that does actually take quite a lot of time in comparison to what you might think. But no, he actually takes quite a while to take out his pickaxe, and indeed his wood axe as well, his chopping axe. And that adds up, actually, surprisingly enough. However, you can improve your gathering speed and your gathering damage. And I'm going to show you that after this first night. There we go, done. And now we already have 10 souls, as you can see right here, and we're going to be able to improve ourselves. So, as you can see, there are 4 different skill trees. There is also Frost and Mystic, but these are only available on Nightmare difficulty, so we won't be exploring those today. However, it's good to know. Anyway, so obviously, as we want to do something right here. So we obviously want to get clean tools. We're going to get clean tools because that's going to get us rock harvesting speed, wood harvesting speed, and that's also going to get us resource carry penalty reduction. So that's obviously fantastic. One other thing we do need to get, of course, is we need to make sure that we increase our carry capacity, because this character that we're currently playing as, he's actually pretty bad when it comes to carry capacity. As you no doubt saw, we reached our limit very, very quickly. And so as a result, he is not going to be as good as the other guy that I was playing as, because he can actually carry 6 things, as far as I'm aware, at the very start. And this guy can only carry 4. So you kind of have to strategize a little bit more about how you're going to spec your character and how you're going to progress your character. And generally, you have to decide whether you want to be good at resource gathering or whether you want to be good at combat. You can't do both. You can't do both, and that's obviously going to be a little bit of an issue potentially. So you can see here that there is potential things available. So for example, you can improve your bullet damage. You can improve your fire rate. You can give your bullets a chance to bounce. You can get a stick of dynamite that can be thrown and it will explode on enemies. you can get a rage explosion improvement, which means that the exploder zombie does double damage to nearby enemies. It's pretty good. Yeah, there's actually a lot of different ways that you can get some really, really cool things here, like incendiary bullets, for example. You have fire damage increases, you have double punchback, and so on. There's a lot of different ways that you can improve yourself. And I'm going to just go for this. I'm going to be going for carry speed and, you know, all this wonderful stuff here, because I personally think that the resource gathering is the hardest part of this game. And I know that may seem really, really stupid, because let's face it, you know, you're fighting for your life against bloodthirsty zombies, and they do want to murder you and eat your brains. If only they knew I didn't have one. But, you know, that's neither here nor there at the moment. But for me personally, I think that the hardest part of the game is the resource gathering, because you have to pick up all of the resources, you have to take it back to the campfire, and as you expand the map, you're going to have to travel further and further and further away to gather the resources, and then you're going to have to drag them all the way back. So it is extremely important to increase your capacity and to increase the likelihood that you're going to have a decent time here. So as you can see, we're actually just unlocking a couple of things. Now, we're going to have a bit of an issue here. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of an issue here. This is daytime does not last a long time, by the way. It does not last a long time, as you've no doubt already seen. It is over very fast, and you do have to move quite close to the campfire to drop off your resources. So that's obviously another delay, shall we say, which is a little bit anxiety inducing to a certain degree, because you're thinking to yourself, okay, do I have time? Do I have time to go back there? Do I have time to do this? No, most of the time you don't. Most of the time you don't. So yeah, as you can see, there we go. We did it just before the nighttime, and now I am actually going to be improving my guns. So we're going to be getting probably bullet damage. I do want to get this. So my bullets will now start bouncing, and that's going to be great. So as you can see, they now do 18 damage. I actually had a pretty awesome build with the sawed-off shotgun, where I actually spec'd into a thing that provided me a damage bonus, 100% increased damage bonus upon reload. And so, obviously, as you might expect, the sawed-off shotgun only has 2 shells, right? It only has 2 shells in its capacity at any one time, so you're going to be reloading a huge amount. And as you might expect, as a result of that, the synergy with that particular skill is immense. You have a huge amount of synergy from that. However, I personally prefer the pistol. I think the pistol is a much better weapon from a general usability standpoint. Obviously, it very much depends on what you personally prefer, but I really, really like the pistol. I like guns that are a little bit less spread focused, because obviously the sawed-off shotgun, you need to be really close to your enemy, and being close to an enemy, probably not the best idea most of the time, right? You know, probably not the best idea. You most likely probably want to be standing as far back as possible, and so that's the reason why I'm kind of gravitating a bit more towards the pistol, and why I'm also probably going to be gravitating towards the Gatling gun as well. I think the Gatling gun is going to be amazing if I can actually get it at some point. Okay, so I'm actually going to be increasing this, and we're just going to be mining that. Let's get this out of here. And do I have enough to get another improvement? I don't think I do. I actually do. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, let's go with that. Fantastic. And yeah, so as you can see, the daytime is already over. Boom. Already over. Super, super fast. And that's the reason why I personally think that maximizing your time in the daytime portion of the game is 100% the most important thing. Because, yeah, sure, okay, fine, you're going to get attacked by zombies, right? You're going to get attacked by zombies, they're going to want to kill you, and you do need to vanquish them, alright? You do need to vanquish them, otherwise, you know, you're going to be stuck in this level for an infinite amount of time. Because there is no duration, there is no time limit to the night section, as far as I can tell. And so, inevitably, you do need to kill them. And, well, eventually you are. You know, that's the thing. Eventually you are going to kill them. It is just a matter of time. It's inevitable that they are going to take fatal damage eventually, because your bullets are just going to wear them down, and eventually you'll be able to slay them all. However, the daytime, that's a completely different story. The daytime is just so punishing, in my opinion. And you can see here, I'm trying my best just to get this thing down. You can see that I was just lucky enough to get the last hit on that thing. And now we can hopefully get this as well. And let's try to drag as much as possible. But again, one of those things, you just cannot take too many. It's really, really punishing. You cannot take too many of these. There's gold over there as well, by the way. The chests, you do have a chance to get a treasure chest every single time you open up a new area in the map, and gold is used for a variety of special skills, or shall we say more special skills, because most of the skills you're going to get are actually extremely important and very, very impactful. And here we go. Okay, there we go. Now we can actually increase this. I'm going to increase this once again. Let's get, I don't even know what. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I can increase my maximum health if I want to, but I don't think we're going to do that. I do want to do this, but I'm going to need gold to be able to do that. So that's obviously not going to really work. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just get one of these. It doesn't really matter, as I said. We can basically just go for anything we like. Aha, we got some more stone here, so I might as well do that. And as you can see, look at how fast we are dragging these things. It's actually insane how quick we can actually drag them now. And look at how fast we are when it comes to our gathering speed too. But again, look at that. Daytime, already over. Very high pressure to get done what you need to do in the daytime. And then obviously the nighttime comes and your life is in danger. But, you know, that's actually not as, in my opinion at least, not as dangerous as the daytime, because whenever I'm playing in the daytime, I'm constantly thinking to myself, okay, how can I be the most efficient? How can I be the most, shall we say, effective at resource gathering? And I personally think that that is far and away the hardest part of this game. Because, I mean, you can see here, yeah, sure, okay, I'm going to get hit. Okay, fine. There is no way, by the way, that you can restore your HP. I think the only way that you can restore your HP is by speccing into some kind of health skill, and that is going to provide you with an additional 1 HP, I would assume. So then you're technically going to gain HP back that way. But there is no way to heal, as far as I'm aware. But just so you know, I have actually reached wave, well, I mean, technically, night 10. I reached night 10 by only having 1 HP. I only had 1 HP remaining, which was actually insane. I was able to make it there with just 1 HP, and just at the very end, I managed to get myself killed. So, obviously, that is not exactly great, but, you know, it happens, right? It happens. And generally, you are going to get better with time, and you're going to, you know, unlock, you know, better things. And one thing I would definitely like to see, I'm not sure if the developer has a plan for this. I think this is a solo developed game, by the way. So one person made this. And basically, I'm not sure if they have a plan for any kind of meta progression system, because as far as I'm aware, the only things that we can kind of spend gold on outside of the game are things like unlocking additional stuff. So, for example, unlocking additional weapons, additional characters, and so on and so forth. And some of the characters and some of the weapons are extremely expensive. So I can definitely understand why there wouldn't be a meta progression system, but I don't know. I personally would like to see something like that, just because it is then going to provide you with a sense of, well, progression. I don't want to seem like that's a redundant statement, but yeah, it is. That's kind of what I generally would like to see, because then that actually makes it so that when you're playing, obviously you don't have to unlock an additional character, you don't have to unlock an additional weapon to be able to succeed. You can see yourself slowly, you know, continue onward, slowly step toward a victory. And if you fail a couple of times, that doesn't really matter too much, because you're gaining resources. You're gaining the gold that you need to be able to spec into those things. But Obviously, there isn't anything like that at the moment. I'm not sure, is it? I'm not sure if it's going into early access, so don't quote me on this or anything like that. However, that is what I would personally like to see. Just a small meta progression thing that can just kind of improve your stats a little bit, or I don't know, maybe spec into a couple of things. But of course, maybe that's not their vision, you know? Maybe that's not the developer's vision, and that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. I personally think that you're going to see a lot more success if you do get the Gatling gun. I think the Gatling gun is going to be insane and an extremely, extremely cool weapon. But obviously I don't have that available right now, so I'm going to just have to do this the old-fashioned way. So let's just unlock a bunch of these places. I'm actually not even going in the right direction, to be honest. I really should be going to the sides. I think that's probably a much better idea, but you know me, I generally tend to do things the most illogical way that I can. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? But thankfully my guy is just dragging these things like they weigh nothing at all, so I'm actually really pleased about that. As you can see, look at this. Look at this. This is just insane. I could just go over here instead. This is so much better. Okay, I need rock actually. I need rock. I don't need wood. But yeah, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually crazy good. So unfortunately for me though, my mining is taking a long time as well, and sometimes the rocks and things like that, they can get stuck on the geometry as well of the rocks that you've just mined them from. So you do have to be watching out for that a little bit more. And if we can, I'm gonna hope that we can actually just get some really, really good things here, because I did actually find some gold, so I'm pretty happy with that. And let me just get this just before. And boom. Okay, fantastic. So now we can actually get this, which is insane. This is really, really good, because this reduces our carry capacity penalty, or our carry penalty even further, and it actually increases our move speed by 8%, which is kind of nice. However, I am also wondering whether I should spec into things like bullet damage, because imagine, look at this, the first bullet fired after reloading, the gun deals extra damage. This is the thing that I was talking to you about beforehand, and I thought, hey, that's actually amazing. There's a number of other things here that we could potentially go for, like reload speed. Reload speed sounds pretty fun too. I mean, there's a whole host of different things that could be potentially useful, like for example incendiary bullets. I guess we'll go for incendiary bullets. Burning bullet chance, let's go for that. Burning bullet chance again. Knockdown chance on fire start, yeah, let's do that. Knockdown chance on fire start, let's go for more of those. Let's go for double punchback too. This is an extremely cheap option, why not? Let's go for this one as well. I mean, we can get a huge amount of combat upgrades, and maybe that's going to help us to succeed and survive just that much more, because our current resource penalty is pretty low, so I don't think we really need to worry too much about that. As you can see, look at that. I am knocking zombies down just by causing them to become alight because of our incendiary bullets. So I'm actually thinking that we're going to be doing a pretty good job, you know, not too bad, not too bad. I just have to be aware that enemies are going to start closing in on me quite quickly now, because, well, as you can tell, there are a lot more of them, and the level does get larger, obviously, and that is a good thing for you. However, it does also mean that there will be more obstacles that you're maybe not used to. Like, for example, this fence right here. I haven't really gone by that fence that much, and so it could potentially cause me to get cornered. And that has happened in the past as well. Obviously, every single map is completely randomized, so, you know, not that specific fence, but a number of different obstacles have stopped me in previous runs and caused me to take some damage. And obviously, as you may or may not have already realized, health is a premium. We only have 4 HP to begin with, and you can increase your HP, of course. You can increase it if you want to. I personally don't really like doing that, but if you want to, then you can. And, well, it's not like other bullet hell where you kind of have a larger health pool. You know, it's much more punishing in that respect. Alright, so we're just about to tick over to night 9, no, night 8 actually, sorry, night 8, and yeah, I should probably be speccing some additional things here. So I think what we're going to do is we'll probably go for additional... I don't know about additional fire rate, actually. Let me actually just have a look, see here. Okay, so obviously I have some gold, so we could potentially spec this. We could spec this and this. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Why not? Okay, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Just generally having the ability to reload more often is probably a good idea anyway, but it's going to be even better once we get that plus 100% damage to the first bullet fired after reload, which I am probably going to try to get after this night. Now, if we could succeed, that would be fantastic, but I'm not really holding my breath too much here. I think I'm probably going to die on probably night 10, if anything. Oh, hello. Ah, there we go. Yes, see now, these are the moments that I'm talking about, where the enemy just corners you. They have the ability to corner you very, very easily, and if you're not, you know, doing enough damage or you're not sneaky enough, they will just get you. You know, they will just get you, and that's exactly what's happened to me right there. So I'm very much hoping that that is not going to happen again, because I wouldn't mind a little bit of a buffer. As I've said before, I have reached night 10 with 1 HP, but that obviously did not result in a successful run. So I'm not really best pleased about that, actually. But well, never mind. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I feel like I could technically upgrade myself a little bit more in regards to mining speed. But I also don't really want to do that, because I feel like killing enemies is extremely, extremely important, and I don't really want to be in a situation where I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is really hard, you know. I don't want to be taking an age to you know, finish one of the nights, because otherwise then we are literally just going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to just die now then, because you obviously can't die in the daytime, right? You can't die in the daytime. You can just be really bad at gathering resources, like I sometimes am. So that's obviously one of the things to think about. Oh, there we go. I actually did get some gold. That's pretty fantastic. I wouldn't mind getting this. Oh, we got some more gold. Wow, okay, that's actually kind of insane. Okay, give me that, thank you. Can I get all of this? Yes, I can. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. This is not too bad. This is actually okay. Maybe maybe we'll get some pretty cool stuff here. Okay, so obviously we can get this, which is 12 stone, and this is good too. We can get that as well. Okay, yeah, so let's get this, and then we could potentially get this as well, but I don't think I have enough of that. So I think ultimate reload or increased fire speed. I think ultimate reload is probably amazing here. And we could go for critical damage chance. I think that sounds like a pretty fun idea too. I could go for more HP if I wanted to. That is going to slow me down though. That is going to slow me down. So I'm not a big fan of that. But yeah, anyway. I have 85 souls. I feel like I am not doing a very good job of actually unlocking the map, but oh well, never mind. This is a damage totem, by the way. So damage totems, they basically just give you a passive benefit. So it's kind of like, okay, if you come across the fire totem, then it's going to give you a percentage increase in bullet damage. It's going to give you more axe damage, more mining damage, and I'm not sure if it gives you an opportunity to light people on fire if you don't have incendiary bullets already. But yeah, you can see exactly what it's all about right there. It increases your dynamite damage, it reduces your move speed, and indeed reduces fire damage per second as far as I'm aware. So yeah, so there's a number of different things that you could potentially go for with this, and there are a number of different totems you can uncover. So it's not just 1 or 2 totems. There's quite a few to uncover on the map. And then you can, well, you have to have the resources to be able to actually unlock them and actually get the benefits from them as well. So, you know, resources are king in pretty much every aspect of this game. And that's the reason why I said earlier, yeah, daytime, that is so incredibly required. Daytime is just, you just need to make the most of daytime so dramatically. It's not even funny. It's insane how much you really need to do in daytime here. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see what's actually going on here. Okay, so we got some gold. Okay, that's fine. Let's go over here. I have 500 gold. I'm definitely going to have enough to be able to get the Gatling gun, right? I hope so. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Oh well, never mind. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, some of the rocks do get stuck behind some of the other rocks, and that is a little bit unfortunate. Yes. There we go. Did that. Very nice. And now we can go over here. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing out. And obviously, these. This is also part of the strategy, obviously. You know, it's part of the strategy of what you can do to maximize your time, as in the travel time, right? The travel time between your destination and the resources. And your destination is primarily, of course, going to be your campfire, because you need to go back there, you know, quite often. So I'm actually kind of hoping if I can... I can't even do this because I don't even have any souls. If I had souls, then I'd be able to get the damage totem if I could bring this wood back in time, but I highly doubt I'm even going to be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, just about, but that's not really going to do much. Okay, so we can actually spec into something else. So we can get critical damage chance increase, we could get fire rate increase, we can get bullet bounces. Every time a bullet bounces, it always flies towards the closest enemy. Oh, I thought we already had that, actually. Okay, apparently we don't. That's kind of sad. Oh well, never mind. I've spec'd into basically everything, and now it's time for night 10. I have a pretty good feeling about this, but I shouldn't really say that. So I will say nothing else, because I feel like we're probably gonna die, but well, never mind. Okay, yeah, yeah, I kind of screwed myself here, actually, I think. Yes, as you can see, look at that. As soon as I say anything, as soon as I say, oh yes, we're gonna be fine, you know, as soon as I say that, it is not a good idea. It is not a good idea at all. I can only hope that we're gonna be fine here. All I need to do is just go around in circles after all, but that is easier said than done, right? That is easier said than done, so I can only hope that we're gonna be fine, and if not, I've gotten a good amount of gold. I should have the ability to unlock the Gatling gun, which is definitely going to probably be a favorite weapon of mine. I'm definitely looking forward to using that. And if I could just not get killed by that guy, that would be nice, thank you. And we will otherwise... How many enemies actually are there? I can't even tell. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. I wish there was an indicator that would kind of say how many enemies we're having to fight. In the nighttime, that is. And because obviously the enemy during the day is ourselves, and we already know that. So anyway, I think we should be okay. I think we should be okay right now. I have kind of gained a bit of control over the situation now, so I don't think I need to worry too much more here. And yeah, I think we're okay. I mean, there's still a big boss enemy over there, but he's not really that bad because he has a telegraphed ability, which is not exactly dangerous. It can be very damaging, but thankfully we did it. There you go. Fantastic. That is it. Look at that. And our character skill is now unlocked. This permanent skill makes your character stronger and lets you tackle harder abilities. Yes, indeed. And so now we have shoots bullets in all directions, 12 bullets in all directions every 3 seconds. Inflicts total damage of 5 multiplied by the amount of days passed since game start. So can be extremely, extremely powerful there. This guy, as you can see, you can also unlock him if you want to. I mean, I can unlock him because I have 700 gold, but I am actually going to be getting the Gatling gun because, let's face it, why would I not get the Gatling gun? And as you can see, hard difficulty increases enemies' health, enemies spawned, and enemies' move speed, and they're all increased. And you do get more gold, as you can see, you do get more coins for every single night survived, and a number of other benefits from it as well. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. If you want to check out Graveyard Gunslingers, there is a link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.